What's up, guys? I've been using M1 Finance to manage my $150,000 stock portfolio for just about a year now. I wanted to tell you the things that I really like about it and some of the things that you should really know about it before you move over. So let's start out with the good things. One of the big reasons I moved to M1 Finance was their automation. Their ability to sort of manage your portfolio like you would in Wealthfront or Betterment with a little bit more control, but still that automated workflow. So you can set up your portfolio, decide your allocations, put money in, have it auto invest for you, and just kind of set it and forget it. Number two is the cost. Now, this should go without saying, in today's world, you should not be paying commissions on brokerages today because there are so many out there that are zero commissions now. And M1 Finance takes it one step further against Betterment and Wealthfront, and they don't charge you a management fee. Now, part of that is because you have to pick your own portfolio, but I'll help you with that down in the description. But when your account value starts getting large-ish and you're looking at a 0.6% fee over at Wealthfront, you're gonna really enjoy the fact that they don't charge any management fees. And the last thing I have on the list is my number one reason for still being with M1 Finance and was a big selling point when I switched, and it's their portfolio line of credit. Now, if you're not familiar with a portfolio line of credit, basically what it is they give you the ability to borrow up to a certain percentage of your portfolio. In this case, you're able to borrow up to 35% of your taxable account value. So at my $140,000 taxable account value, I'm able to borrow around $50,000. And they give it to you at an extremely low interest rate. If you're not an M1 Plus member, which costs about $100 a year, which I am, and they were just recently running a promotion on that to get it for you for $20, something like that. So check that out. If it is, it's unbeatable. M1 Plus members get the borrow rate down to 2%, which is unbelievable. I don't know anywhere that I can borrow money for 2% right now. My HELOC is like 7 to 9%. My mortgage is around 4%. That's just unbeatable, and I use it for so many things: down payments on houses, remodeling of houses, just floating some funds from month to month whenever you're a little behind on things. And it just really unlocks a lot of things financially. Now, if you're still with me this far, make sure you hit that like button. It really does mean a lot. And let's get into the stuff that you really need to know before switching over. So the first thing, I'll admit, it's probably not really a bad thing about M1 Finance. I don't know if this exists anywhere, and if it does, let me know down in the comments because I'd seriously consider switching for this. The ability to manage your portfolio across all of your accounts. So I have one taxable account, one non-taxable account. I'd love to be able to just set up one pie and say this slice goes to the taxable account, this slice goes to the non-taxable account. I can't do that. It's a bit of a nitpick. Like I said, I don't know if it exists, so it still showed up on the list. Now, this is a big downside for anyone coming from Wealthfront or Betterment. It is a lot harder to set up. Because they offer you a lot more control, you have to decide on your own portfolio. Whereas Wealthfront and Betterment, you just put money in and they kind of decide it for you. Now, there's pros and there's cons to this, right? So I like to manage my portfolio heavily. I have multiple individual stocks and multiple ETFs all over the place. But you can go way, way simpler. I'll even link in the description a pie that I put together based on the Yale Endowment Fund that is very, very similar to how Wealthfront and Betterment would invest you, that you could just set up, put your portfolio 100% into that pie, and set it on auto invest and forget about it. I just recently moved Justin over to M1 Finance, and that was probably one of the biggest hurdles to getting him up and going. Okay, so here's the biggest downside to M1 Finance, and I can't stress this one enough. It's the one thing I comment on every time I talk about them. It's the one thing that would ever even push me to consider moving, and it's their support. It does exist, and they normally will get your problem solved, but be prepared for that problem to be solved in 3 to 4 weeks. They only offer email support as far as I know. They may offer some light phone support, but anytime I had ever called their number, I haven't gotten through. And the email support has just taken an eternity to get any sort of responses, and the cycle time going back and forth with them is extremely slow. Now, with that being said, I've only had to reach out to support for some fairly special instances in my portfolio. When I transferred over and did an ACATS transfer for the second or the third time, my account got a little bit wonky in terms of reports. All the money was fine. They did not mess any of that up. So I had to contact them for that. I owned some Caesars, which was recently acquired, and that got a little bit crazy, and I had to contact them for that. All of the other stuff, the day-to-day operations, all has worked absolutely flawlessly. If you've seen my Ally Invest video right up here, you'll know that was one of the big downsides to Ally Invest for me at the time was their stability. M1 Finance has had nothing of the sort. So that's everything I have on the list. If you're using M1 Finance, I'd love to hear what you think was the good and the bad. For now, I'm gonna be sticking with them unless someone can drop in the comments a place where I can manage my whole portfolio across multiple accounts and I get that awesome credit line. I'm gonna be sticking with them for the foreseeable future. I'd love for them to up their level of support a bit. That would be incredible. And I really do highly recommend them. Anyone I talk to, I recommend them. So there's links down in the description. If you sign up, depending on when you do it, you'll get $20, I'll get $20. Normal times it's 10 and 10. Still a great deal. You get 10 bucks to start investing if you don't have anything to invest with. And if you already have a portfolio and you're thinking, man, I just really don't want to incur the taxes to sell this and move it over, you can do an ACATS transfer. It doesn't cost anything in taxes. You can Google it if you'd like. I can do a video about it. Talk to me in the comments. I've done plenty of these at this time. And if you're still here, so welcome to the one of you, maybe. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification to get notified of future videos. I have some awesome ones coming up and I'm trying to release one a week, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.